It's a resume builder, no doubt about it. And really, there's been so much anticipation building up to this top 25 matchup. So which team can control their emotions, I think, goes a long way in who wins this one.
Trying to impose their will with the run. They went right back to him, and this time the defense was all over him. Nothing to show for that run.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
And the Seminoles come to the line needing just inches for the first down. To the ground to try to move the chains. Knocked down in the backfield, and that'll bring up fourth down.
Man, this is a defense that prides themselves on stopping the run, and that is a huge statement on their opponent's opening drive of the game. 3rd and short, they don't just get a stop. They get a tackle for loss. That sends a very clear message that they're going to be the more physical side today.
Hunt is on its way. Let's see what he can do with it. Well, he got it out of bounds, but not before a nifty return on that one. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. Back to throw, it's Simmons. Grabbed in the middle, it's Lacy. He stops him at the 31, but not before. He picks up 10 yards on the play.
Nice job by the running back, catching the football and understanding where the first down marker was. I got to go get that first down. He did a nice job of it.
It's 1st and 10 from the 31. The give out of the gun. Noses ahead to the 30-yard line to pick up a block.
And you want to run the football. I mean, that's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing out.
You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
This pass rush is serious, man. When you watch them on film, they do a nice job in the back end, taking away all the throws downfield. He's trying to get to his check down, but that pressure gets to him, and they force the incomplete.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Catch in the middle, it's Preston. That'll be enough for a first down, and they've got it at the 16-yard line.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that 3rd down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Pulls it and fires to the left. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play call and everyone on the same page here. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big 3rd down in the red zone. converted, it'll be first and goal. The Rebels want to pick up the tempo. He's got the tight end. And he will score! Touchdown, Rebels! A score for the big fella here. Why are tight ends so effective in the red zone?
Well, these aren't the guys that are going to burn by you and go for 70 most of the time, but when you can use their big-bodied frames, threaten them to run the football and be a blocker in the running game, and now you slip them in the secondary, make that big play.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll start the return inside his 5. The coverage team maintains his discipline, not much doing on that return. Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. They went 3 and out on their first possession. Now to see if they can be more productive this time around. And he is snuffed out, greeted by a host of defenders.
Great job at contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Looking for a man. It's Nelson. And the quarterback goes down all the way back at his 4-yard line.
And don't get it twisted. A big part of this team's formula for success defensively is getting after the quarterback. In their last game, they had 6 sacks, won the game. They know they've got to be able to get after the QB, and this one put some pressure on them, and they're already off to a great start.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Quarterback making adjustments. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. He'll pull it down and run. Makes his way to the 17, but not enough for the first down.
And nowadays, you're not always going to get these quarterbacks on the ground because they're so athletic. But nice job getting the sack, let him out of the pocket there, but now forcing the 4th down, and it's decision time for this offense.
Punt is on its way. And this will be touchdown across midfield at the 45. To the quarterback. And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line.
And they get to the quarterback and get the sack. That's a big emphasis for this defense. They saw a week ago this offense gave up 3 sacks. They need to get to them early and often and create some indecision. Nice job getting a sack early in this football.
To throw, it's Simmons. Dances away. Rolling, throwing, looking right. And this will be caught at the 30.
And that is such an accurate throw. It's one thing to do it from the pocket when you have your feet set underneath you. But when you can get outside, off schedule, on the move, and throw a dart
just big time, and the offense gets a huge explosive play.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Back to pass. Pressure coming. That's reeled in. It's hot. All down, and they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
Man, these plays are really, really simple. Really easy to run. I like it. Just drop back as a quarterback, see the big fella, wait for him to get open, hit him, get a nice positive game.
Caught over the middle. It's hot. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line.
That's a great example of the defense there tackling the catch. As soon as the big fella caught the ball, down he went, not picking up the first.
Offense gets set for 2nd down. They'll move the tight end from the gun. Give on the inside. And this one will be stopped for no gain. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. From the gun, he'll try to throw for it on 3rd down. Caught near the sticks. It's hot. There to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this first period. We've come to the end of the period, and Ole Miss is on top. We've played one. Before we move on, let's have a look at the stats. Starting off this quarter, close enough to smell the goal line. A first down run in the red zone. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Ole Miss. That trip to the end zone is 25th career touchdown.
Man, he's been productive, just has a note.
It's a fake shuffle to the tight end. He's going to be stopped short of the goal line. The 2-point attempt is no good as they are unable to extend the lead. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. Okay, guys, the Florida State offense returns to the field. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Leaves it with the back. A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up 1.
It's definitely too early to panic, but there's some bad feelings going on for this offense right now. You're way down on the scoreboard. I know we're still in the first half, but after that last play, it's pretty obvious. You can't run the ball. You're becoming a one-dimensional offense at a time when you need to be able to score some points. So either get it done through the air or you've got to be more physical up front.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. That defensive penalty was just what the doctor ordered for this offense. It's now 2nd and 3. Dropping back, it's Nelson. He lobs one high down the left side.
Some of them just say, that guy, get him the ball, let him do the rest. Dangerous weapon out of the backfield, catching the football, making the big play.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, let's take a look at what's happening in a great college football matchup. James Madison needs to pick up the pace, but this puppy is far from over. And with this crowd there and Harrisonburg behind them, I'm kind of banking on a comeback. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Coastal Carolina. Anything can happen down the stretch here in the Sun Belt. It's why we're here to keep you posted, fellas.
How about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. Looking downfield on first down. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And they can't make the connection, going for a big play on first down.
Well, you knew you were going to see it in this game, throwing the go route to one of the fastest players in all of college football. This receiver strikes fear in the heart of every defense because he's got elite track speed. He's going to blow the combine up in the 40-yard dash because of his wheels. Not able to connect with the quarterback on that one, but you know he has the defense's attention.
They built this offense around finding mismatches and just get the ball to the back and let him do his thing.
Yeah, it didn't have to be long down the field. I could throw it right near the line of scrimmage, but you know I got a guy, when he gets in space, he can make big plays happen. Nice decision by the QB.
Continuing to turn and move him forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So then getting that big chunk, getting in second and short, not a good job by this defense.
And they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain.
Well, this running back has been the only guy who's touched the ball these first 2 plays. He's looked pretty good. I think it's safe to say everybody in the stadium here on third down expecting him to get the ball again.
Trying to pick it up on the ground. He gets the job done on third down. They move the chains. It's at the 37.
And listen, the offensive line has to do their job, but a really good job by the running back, understanding where his hole is. Go hit it, get the first down, don't mess around. Nice job following his hole, getting positive yards.
And the Rebels are moving quickly down the field. Grab behind the line. It's Preston. He'll step out of bounds. He's at the 33-yard line. Sixth play of the drive coming up. On the option. And they didn't get it forward an inch. Defense went to battle up front.
Playing the option, man. Consistently playing responsibility football. Nice job on the defense being where they're supposed to be. This option will just keep giving it to you over and over and over again. You got to pass those tests.
They're bringing the chop. They're bringing the noise on third down at the goal. Looking to throw, it's Simmons. That's caught at the top. Moving deeper into enemy territory. Move the chains. It's first down at the 27. They get the conversion there. He used his size and nice moves to get past the chains.
And I like that. Third and short. Find the big fella, the soft hands. Make a quick little move. Make the completion. Get the first down.
Continues to fight for yards. Touchdown, Rebels. He would not be denied.
You just simply can't say enough about this guy and what he has meant to this offense. Big-time players make big plays in big games. He has shown up each and every week. That's his 15th rushing score on the season.
My philosophy on going for 2 is only when you have to. He's got it. One try as good as they build on this lead. So it's an 80-yard drive, and he capped it off with a 27-yard touchdown run. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. It bounds through the back of the end zone. It'll be a touchback. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
Line getting set on second down. To the ground with the back. Past the first down marker and still running. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. The Noles injecting some attitude, throwing the spear down and declaring they're going to run the football.
Run the football, be aggressive. This is the part of the offense that, remember, it was a long time Florida State offensive line play wasn't good enough. You got to get that physicality, that run game, if they want to be a great program.
One of the things I love about bootlegs as a former quarterback is it's sort of a run-pass option yourself, right? You're given the choice and the freedom out in space to just do what the defense is not ready for. And that time, everybody covered in the back end, but no one there accounting for the quarterback. So go get as many yards as you can. Nice job.
And he is swarmed under a host of defenders there to make the stop.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They'll get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
And the Seminoles are facing 3rd and inches. To the ground to try to pick up the first. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
And this offense continues to do such a great job on 3rd down. One of the best in the country at it, and the reason why, they keep it manageable most of the time. 3rd and short, they can run the football, be physical, convert first downs. This offense has been so good on 3rd downs.
He might want another play. Off the play fake on first down. He'll take the deep shot. And they weren't able to make the connection. They were looking for an explosive play.
Well, this defense was ready for go balls. Against this receiver at his speed, he's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up, but if you're on defense, just know they're going to try that play again.
Knew where he wanted to go with it, but couldn't find his target. It's incomplete.
Tell you what, that was a lightning fast decision. You could tell he knew what he wanted to do right away, makes the decision, but maybe his footwork wasn't a little bit good, and the pass wasn't where he wanted to put that thing. I know that.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Back to pass, it's Nelson. Quick completion on the out. He gets it oh so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short.
Well, that's great timing by the quarterback and receiver on that out route. If you're going to be running that against man coverage like they were there, that ball has to be thrown early, and it's got to be thrown out in front of the receiver, and they execute it perfectly.
Off play action. Blasted as he lets it go. Couldn't find his man, and they'll give up the football on downs.
Man, aggressive play calls. Everybody wants you to be aggressive. They're aggressive. They take their shot. Now they got to live with a little bit of the consequences. They turn the football over on downs. Now their defense has to go out on the field and make some stops.
He'll start this drive firing. Caught in the backfield, it's Lacy. Nice gain on that play, but leaves it a little short of the first down. The offense will stop the clock and use one of its timeouts. The Rebels with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Back to throw, time running short in the half. Fires to the wideout. A strike downfield. Goes out of bounds, but not before he gets it to the edge of the red zone right at the 20.
It feels like everything this play caller has called has worked so far in this first half of the offense. They've generated a really nice lead, lighting up the scoreboard, and they're staying aggressive. They're throwing the football. They're dictating everything right now to the defense.
They're in the red zone, and they'll pass it. The sweet feet buy a little time. Got out of trouble and throws. Tight end finds a soft spot. He steps out of bounds right at the 15-yard line.
Well, this left-handed quarterback, he drills throwing on the run to his right a lot in practice. For situations just like that, and it paid off there.
This offensive line's got to do a better job. I mean, he doesn't even have time to go through his progressions. You got to give your QB some time. You got to make him feel comfortable. They didn't. They got in there quick, fast, and in a hurry.
The crowd getting behind this defense as they try to get a stop in the red zone. Back to throw, it's Simmons. Quickly complete. Touchdown, Ole Miss! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. They've extended the lead and taken control here in week 9.
Well, this offense is clicking. They've been doing it all first half, running the ball, throwing the ball. They had insult to injury with another touchdown here right before teams go into the tunnel. This defense, guys, they have got to find some answers, and they've got to regroup here at halftime.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. Wants to adjust the pattern. Trying to start the drive with a pass. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Looking to go up top in times, running out in the half. He can't find his man, and the clock stops with 6 seconds left.
This offense just has to find a way to find a rhythm here. They're playing at home, and they want this crowd to stay involved and be an asset in the game, but they need to start making plays. They can't keep throwing incompletions this early.
They stop him short of the sticks, and it'll be 4th down. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. And the Noles will kick it away to start the second half. He'll bring it out. It's Kay. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. Not sure they had to adjust much as they'll try to build on this lead. Fires one high and deep. He's got it on the outside. And an explosive play has him on the move, and he gets it all the way to the 48-yard line.
This offense not wasting any time. First play of the third quarter, and they're aggressive, taking a shot.
You know they had some conversations in the locker room at halftime. How can we get a big one right out of the gate? The defense isn't going to be expecting it. They took the shot, they hit it, and this offense is humming.
Unloads to the wideout. Working that left side. And he'll go out of bounds, and this aerial attack just continues to carve this defense into tiny slices. Huge play, puts them in the red zone, and now they'll snap it 1st and 10 from the 15. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. He's got it and still on his feet. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Rebels!
And this offense is clicking. Another touchdown. Didn't have to go far for this drive, but this offense is doing what they want, how they want, when they want.
Get ready. Motion from the back. Scanning the field, it's Simmons. The screen, he can go. Into the end zone for the 2-point conversion as they extend the lead. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they finish it up with a 15-yard scoring toss. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. All right, guys, here comes the Florida State offense onto the field.
Just get in the pocket. Come on, be patient.
Snagged in the middle. It's Robinson. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a 1st down.
That's a huge throw for the offense, but they're down by a ton. They're going to need a lot more of that, and it's not going to be easy considering the defense knows they're probably going to be throwing the ball every play here in the second half moving forward.
The Seminoles come to the line after ripping off that huge gain on the ground, trying to keep it going. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And it's incomplete. Good play downfield by the DB.
It's just not the type of game this guy envisioned. Being in the second half, being less than 50% completions, he has not found any success throwing it. A lot of that you got to give to the defense. They've been in the right place and they've made plays, but he's simply not had his best game today.
And back to the air on 2nd down. Trying to escape and get it himself.
Well, you're making a positive out of a negative. And that time, quarterback, nice job buying time. He's trying to throw the football downfield. Nothing there. So instead of throwing it away, getting the incomplete, just get what you can get and make this next down more manageable.
It's 3rd down, and they have to get it to the 42 to move the sticks. They'll move the wide receiver. Catch in the middle, it's Robinson. Turning it on! They finally make the stop, and it's been this way this guy's whole career as a senior makes a play after the grab.
Well, it's the second catch on the drive, and that's obviously a massive play for this offense, and he's starting to prove to his quarterback here that he's winning his one-on-ones, and he deserves some more looks.
The Noles are marching down the field.
Here we go.
From the red zone, he's going to throw it. Moving out of the pocket. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
I don't care how talented you are as a quarterback, but your accuracy always goes down when you get hit. Nice job by the QB, scrambling, working to his right, but he wasn't completing that pass with back pressure.
One man in the backfield, and he gets it. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
It'll be 3rd and long. Dropping back, it's Nelson. Got his man downfield. so close to that end zone. He can almost taste it, but it'll be first and goal for this offense. How valuable is a tight end in the red area? Now they're set up with a first and goal.
I love it. Find the big fella down in the red area. Big target, works the middle of the field, easier throws. Nice job by this offense. Should be very simple.
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, no! Great example of how a second half can really change everything for a team.
No doubt. First half looked bad. It looked like it was bleak. It looked like it was ugly. But now you're starting to get it turned around. And more drives like this is what's needed.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, your game is a big one, but so is this battle right now inside the American. Pitt is ahead early in the Steel City, but that's not exactly Tony Dorsett out there running the ball. This game is a long way from being over. They're up by 7 over Tulane. Ought to be fun, fellas, to see how things play out in this notable matchup in the American.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. They still have a cushion, but you don't want to feed that hope with unproductive drives. They'll start this drive going to the air. Working the middle. Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's first down.
Now, you've seen the evolution of these slot receivers. They're just matchup nightmares. They're hard to get your hand on. A lot of times, they're off the football. You can't jam them. These guys are so productive, and offenses really feature their best players most time in those slot positions.
Looking to throw on first down. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming.
Well, the offense has had their way all game long up to this point. Finally, the defense is able to make a play. And I'll tell you, after that hit, that receiver is going to be thinking twice about running that route again.
Wants to throw. It's Simmons. Oh, he's going to take a shot at the DB. And it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a third down.
Well, that one falls incomplete. That hasn't happened a whole lot today, though. This dude has been lighting this defense up with his speed. He showed great hands. He just weren't able to come down with that.
Here they come, facing third and long from the 40. From the gun, wants to pass. Grabbed over the middle. It's Lacey. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down.
And I like the execution by this defense, understanding where the first down marker is. Let them throw the ball short, come up, get them on the ground, forcing a fourth down. Decision time for this offense.
And the Rebels send out the punt unit. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. His first one of the day gave that leg a workout 5 times in last week's victory. Coverage team does a good job and touches it dead. No return on this one.
And that is why this punter is such a big weapon. He can completely flip the field. He's got a cannon for a leg. That was a moonshot. They were able to get downfield, and now this offense, they've got a lot of work to do if they're going to score.
The goalpost breathing down their neck as they're backed up in their own end, starting to drive from their own one. And some room to work. Breaks into the open. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Seminole.
What an unbelievable play on offense. And I think the thought process was, hey, we're on our own 2-yard line. Let's just run the ball and give ourselves some space, give ourselves some better field position. But the ball carrier says, no way. I'm making people miss. I'm taking this thing to the crib. And he showed you his speed. Wow, what a game-changing type play.
And he made that extra point, the wet turf, no problem at all. If only it were always this easy for the offensive coordinators. One play, big chunk yardage, put points on the board, just like that. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. The give to the left side. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. To the air, it's Simmons. Under heavy pressure, lets it fly. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it.
Yeah, and this defense hadn't had a lot of success. This offense has been doing what it wants and will finally get to the QB, finally getting some pressure, finally getting a big hit on him. That'll pay some dividends down the road.
Makes the grab. It's Preston. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on 3rd down.
The best one. I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on 1st down, man, you are doing just that.
The Rebels can really attack on this 2nd and short. Fires to the big fella. Oh, he's got some space. They make the tackle, but not before he finishes off this 3rd period with a big play.
What's going on, guys?
We've come to the end of the period, and Ole Miss is on top. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. One more quarter to play, and it might be unlikely, but hey, it's college football. Comebacks happen. They'll go back to work with a 1st down in the final period. On the option. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
Really good job by this defense, understanding responsibility football, playing the 1st option, playing the 2nd option. There was absolutely nowhere to go. Nice job being dialed in exactly where the ball was going and how to get him to the ground.
Back to pass, it's Simmons. Fires deep toward the end zone. Can't make the grab as he was going for 6 right there.
Ooh, you're living dangerously now. You've got the lead late in the game. Don't do anything to turn it over. They almost did throwing it there. If I'm the head coach now, I'm thinking, man, let's just run the ball.
This crowd knows this defense needs them right now. On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. Firing to the right, complete. He's brought down right at the 13-yard line. Still a ways to go to make it to the line to gain. Let's see what they do on 4th. They'll try to salvage a field goal on this drive. There is no doubt. At this point in the game, this crowd knows how big this kick could be. And is slips just inside that right upright. And now the lead is extended a little further. They're really starting to extend that lead as they get ready to kick it away again. That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. Moments like this are tricky, but you have to respond better than they have, and I would expect they'll take a He lofts it high and deep down the left side. Wide open, he makes the catch. He's loose down the middle. Touchdown, Florida State. He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him.
Man, how hard is it to defend when you have a weapon like this at running back that can play wide receiver? You can design ways to get the football in his hand. Palmer, once you get it in his hands, he'll do the rest.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, and oftentimes those are easier throws for quarterbacks. And these running backs, they're just naturally so good when they have the football out in space. Their vision, their creativity, their ability to make people miss. And this guy shows you right there. A difficult guy to stop now for this defense moving forward.
They were trying to steal a possession to draw a little closer in this game, but the ball didn't go 10 yards, so they'll take over the football with the lead. Great place to start for this offense. Looking for room. It's Dupree. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Down later in the football game, you got to start taking some chances, and that was a beautiful run blitz. Great job playing the probability, understanding it might be a run to run some clock, and they guess right, and they make a big play for this defense.
To the air, it's Simmons. He'll take a shot. Touchdown, Ole Miss. They won it all, and that is exactly what they got. They add on another score, and now that record so close to going to 8-1 on the season.
And this offense continuing to put up points. This game's out of reach. You know you're going to win, but still throwing the football, still finding that connection. I imagine there'll be some salty handshakes at the end of this game.
That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. Okay, guys, the Florida State offense returns to the field. It looks as if this game is going to be one to just drag to the recycle bin, but the idea now is to finish strong and just take whatever happens in the rankings next week.
And this is a tough time for this offense because you're in passing mode. You're in comeback mode, and what is that? The defense knows that. Like, they're pinning their ears back. They're coming after the quarterback, and you've already struggled protecting your guy today and creating those explosive plays. This offense is going to have to buckle up and really protect their guy up front.
Going to sling it on second down. On the run, still looking. Probably the toughest call on the play sheet. 3rd and long. Ball's at the 25. He's looking to throw. Bringing the heat. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. And it's incomplete despite some serious arm strength shown there.
That's why it's so important for this defense to win 1st and 2nd down. You set up 3rd and longs like that. You can show your exotic looks. You can get the pass rush going. Everybody on the back end expecting throw. And that's how you force incompletions and force 4th downs.
Down in the 4th quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Makes a grab past the marker. And he's down at the 41. That's a 1st down.
You got to give this quarterback a ton of credit because he showed tremendous confidence on that throw. That wasn't just trying to throw to the sticks. That was being aggressive and throwing it down the field. Not a high percentage throw, but he had confidence in his guy to win one-on.
Going to throw it over the top of the knee. incomplete.
The defense is in great position right now because they've got a huge lead here in the fourth quarter. They know the offense has to take shots to try to get themselves back in the game. So they're calling their coverages accordingly, and there was nowhere to go with that football. Really nice job by the defense being in position to force the incompletion.
Wants to keep it in the air. This one's complete. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
It's always interesting how people handle late game. Like, you know this game is over. There's not a lot to gain from it, but some people try to throw the ball deep and continue to make plays. They throw it short. The clock's running out, and there's not a lot to talk about that's going to be positive for this offense.
Back to throw, it's Nelson. And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line.
And they get him again. This is a offense that you expect them to protect their guy. I mean, he is a dude that you know if you give him time, he's going to make plays. But this defense is making sure he's not getting that time.
Making side adjustments here. Wide receiver comes in motion. On fourth down, looking for the completion. Converts on fourth down, still going. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chain. 2 minutes now left in this one, and time is running short if they want to find a way to pull this one out. The Seminoles have it with a 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Fires toward the end zone. And they won't make the connection going for the big play.
And this is a tough spot for the QB, man. Like, he knows he's down big and has to make big plays down the field, but also got to be smart because this defense, you can tell, bringing in extra bodies, playing the pass, maybe take the dink and dunk, let your guys make some plays because they are definitely playing the deep ball.
Got it in the middle, it's Robinson. Across the 25, he's got room. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's 1st and goal from the 8.
Let's go. We got some life. We made a big play, something to build off of. We need a lot of points, and we need them quickly. Time's running out. We're trailing big in this ball game.
And that big gainer on the last one has them ready to go from inside the 10. To the air, it's Nelson. Looking to the end zone. Can't make the grab as he was looking for his man right at the goal line.
And this is the part of the field, man, you really got to have a plan because these windows get smaller and you're trying to fit that ball into the end zone. It's difficult to do. Quarterback, receivers, they got to be on the same page.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Looking to fire. Going for 6. It falls incomplete. He was trying to find his man for 6.
And it's going to be difficult for this offense, man. Just where are they going to find the plays? You can tell the defense sitting back. They're playing nickel. They're playing dime. So you need some receivers to step up, make some yards after the catch, some contested plays. This offense has got to do something, and they got to do it quick.
They'll try to pass it in on 3rd and goal. Touchdown, no! Right in the window for the score.
The one thing you know about this offense, they're going to keep fighting, right? They're down on the scoreboard right now, but they're trying everything they can. Nice job there, finding a way to score that touchdown. And listen, we've seen crazier things happen before in college football. This thing ain't over until there's zeros on the clock.
From the gun, he'll try to throw. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. They're definitely up against it. Time running out. Down 2 possessions. They'll try the onside kick. Now look what I found. I'd say that's a stroke of good fortune. The offense keeps it. They were trying to steal a possession to draw a little closer in this game, but the ball didn't go 10 yards, so they'll take over the football with the lead. They've got the big fellas out there, a 3 tight end look on 1st and 10. They'll run it. They want to take their time here. Got the 1st down and still on his feet. He's finally stopped and brought down at the 15. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. And the Rebels just got that huge run. They love another explosive play. Right back to the well. Got some room into the goal line. He almost punched it in for 6. They'll get him down at the 1-yard line.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to get this guy on the ground, man. He's got some serious moves once he has the ball in his hands.
Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
Well, we know this defense is one that plays with a lot of pride, right? Part of that is their ability stopping the run. They're a top 25 unit in the nation when it comes to stopping the rush, and that really helps them out down here in the red zone. They're going to have to step up big time in this situation.
The give to the tailback. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. 3rd and goal, and let's see if they can even operate in this noise. Now the play fake. It's complete to the left. Touchdown, Rebels! And they take it in for 6 more points. They put another score on the board as they try to push this winning streak to 3. And no problem on the extra point as they push the lead to 19 here in the 4th. These guys looking to put the finishing touches on this game with that score.
Yeah, I think you feel confident that ends it, right? Late in the game, it would take a miracle for the defense to get back in it. That miracle is no longer coming now.
Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. Throws it back across his body, and what do you think happened? Intercepted. He stopped, not much on the return, but a whole lot in getting the football.
Well, man, we've seen explosive offensive firepower all game long, and here we are late in an obvious passing situation trying to get this thing close. The big INT, finally the defense makes a play, and David, it looks like they just closed the door on this one.
Well, and you know, Mr. Quarterback, defense wins championships. And how do you seal a game? The defense coming up with a big moment. Yes, obvious passing situation. You know they're going to throw it. The big INT, and that might seal their fate.
Coming into this one, we wondered whether these guys were a little bit overrated, and certainly they did nothing to dispel that notion.
They were playing angry today, and I know talking to some of their players, David, coming into this game, they felt like they were being disrespected. A lot of people thought their opponent might get them today, so they took this opportunity to make a statement and make an example out of their opponent.
And those are fun moments in the locker room, aren't they, Jesse? Like, everybody's doubting us. Nobody thinks we can win. It's really easy to motivate that type of squad. They played motivated. They played a little ticked off. I'm here for it. I love it. I love the excitement, the adrenaline, the emotion, and they earned a big dub today.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.